So we're talking about love languages and how to love your spouse with the love language. So you got the 5 love languages. If you've never read the book, you've got to read it. It's wonderful. So the 5 love languages are quality time, acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch, and gifts. So most of the time, your gift, in a lot of ways, most of the time, the way you give and receive love is different than the way your spouse gives and receives love. I don't know why it happens, it just does. So for example, so you have to figure out, like, what is yours, number one, you got to figure that out, and then what is your spouse's, and most of the time they're ranked 1 through 5, and like 1 and 2 are the way I give and receive love, and 4 and 5 are not so much. So you got to figure out how your wife or your spouse gives and receives that love language. What are their top 2? And you gotta feed those love languages. So for example, my wife's top 2 are gifts and quality time. Well, you know what my bottom 2 are? Gifts and quality time. That sucks because the way I give and receive love is totally different than the way she gives and receives love. So I have to be extremely intentional with that. So like, for example, mine are physical touch and acts of service. So, but the way Jackie gives and receives love is different. So we did a horse crap job of dating for a while because it wasn't a big deal to me. And that sounds awful, but I know that quality time's big with her. So what we did is I committed to doing 40 dates last year with Jackie. And what that did is it gave her quality time, and it was a gift because it was something I was physically buying her dinner or whatever. And so I tried to feed that, and our relationship's been better. Where she does is she obviously she knows that I like being touched. And so she when she gives sometimes, and even though she doesn't want to sometimes, she touches and hugs and all those things, and I love that. And then also when the house is clean and just the acts of service that she does. So figure out what your spouse's love language is. Work that. If you work that, you will have a happier home. Book it. It's going to happen. But you got to work it consciously. You got to consciously go after whatever that is and think to yourself, write yourself a freaking note if you have to, but you got to go after that love language. Doing that will create a more harmonious home for you and your family.